Hello, everyone, and it's so good to see everybody. My name is Sarah, and I am the founder and owner of Mana Reiki, and I'm just really blessed and happy that I can share my wisdom from what my experiences are with Reiki and all the beautiful benefits that it has, and that's why I've made this channel, and I want to um, explore and connect with others and share any education with you if you are interested in Reiki. I will tell you that my goal, it's a hefty goal, is to try and have out on my channel probably about 6 videos a week. It's a big goal for me, but I'm determined to do it because I just think that um, this purpose is on this channel is really important and to get the message out there so I can hopefully help more people that are either interested or looking for ways to heal holistically and just to get more healing energy out there into the world, especially especially now and presently. I think we need it more than ever, and we can all agree on that. So just kind of some clerical things before I get into what we're going to be talking about today, which is what is Reiki. I'd like to offer to you in my description below, if you could definitely give me a like, thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. It allows more people to get this message out there that need help or need any uh, any help or healing or just any education, it gets that message out there. So I thank you for doing that, and I appreciate all of your positive comments. Also, too, I want to let everybody know that I have, also offer, personally, I am a Reiki practitioner of humans and animals. I am working currently on my mindfulness and meditation certification to add, and I think it's just a wonderful complement to those things. Um, if you are in the neighborhood here in Nebraska and would like a Reiki session with me, that information is down below. So check that out. I am Mana Reiki, so take a look at that. Also, too, I'd really appreciate if you are willing and able to, any donations that you could offer. I will be transparent. Um, these donations are just so appreciative, and I am just so grateful because I know that right now it's very tough for everyone right now. So, though anybody who donates to my channel, I really appreciate that. All of those donations go towards my Reiki space. I really pride in making my space for my clients very comforting and welcoming. And so uh, the other thing that it goes towards is I love making I love making goodie bags for the pets that come through the door when I go to anybody's home for Reiki for their animals, or if I'm at a pop up to introduce my for like to get my name out there to help more people. I like giving out goodie bags or to those who need it, and just kind of as a little thank you back to those people who put their trust in my services. So if you are willing to donate to my channel, the links down below, so that I have PayPal and I believe it's Venmo. So if you are anything, I'll take anything, any amount. I'd really appreciate your help. It means a lot to me greatly. I also have an Etsy account where I offer chakra readings. I use my own different cards for that. So if you are in the neighborhood, once again, or distantly, I can do that online. I offer services in chakra readings. So if you are interested in that, take a take a look at the link down below, and I'd love to work with you. So with that said, let's get into what we're going to be talking about today, which is what is Reiki. And I when I was going into making this channel, I really noticed more and more people that you know were new to Reiki. The big question is like, what is it? May have heard of the word, the name, and maybe some associations as far as what they, thought it might be. And I really noticed that a lot of people were not familiar, or had maybe some misconceptions about it, which is totally understandable because it's not something that's very well known and understood unless you are in that area and really like looked into it. So that is what's really driving me today to do this video, so that if you are curious or interested in knowing more, I'd really like to share with you my knowledge from what I have experienced and the training that I've had, so that other people, we can get the word out, so that people know what it is and if it's something that may help them or may help others. So to start out with, I just from my own personal experience, when I went through my journey with my training, it really resonated to me when I think of Reiki, and I've had Reiki done on myself many times now. It's almost like if you've ever experienced a person, um, anyone that you're around, or an environment that you're in where you just feel safe and you feel at home, and they just feel like a calming sense of soothing energy around them. That's what Reiki is. That's what Reiki brings into your life, and it's like the best feeling. And I know that I used to be a teacher in my previous life. I really pride myself in creating a positive, really calming environment and rapport in my classroom, because I noticed so many great benefits when I did that with my students. And so I feel that for me, that is what Reiki is. It's just a great feeling, great energy to be in, and it allows us to feel comforted and secure in that. So today I'm going to share what Reiki is, how it works, and how it may help you if you need it in your life. So let's talk about first what it is Reiki. Where did it come from? So it's actually from Japan, and it's a Japanese technique. And I'm going to be kind of looking over here. You're going to see my eyes going down. I have my little outline. So I'm very authentic on this channel, so just beware of that. And it's a technique used for stress reduction, relaxation, and healing. Those are the main areas that it's really used in. And that's why I'm so very strong and purposeful, because I think that that's something we all need, right? The meaning, the physical meaning of Reiki. So Rei actually means God's wisdom or higher power, and Ki is the life force energy it provides. So together, Reiki means literally spiritually guided life energy. So what a beautiful, beautiful word. So how does Reiki work? So Reiki is a life force energy, as I just described. It flows through us naturally, and it supports our health and vitality. And that's physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, which is so beautiful. I mean, it's an energy. That's what it is. And when your energy is low, that's when we start to see like that's, stress, and it can show up physically, like as an illness, or, like an imbalance within our body. And we all know that feeling when we're feeling not, we just feel off, right? And a lot of us too, if we're in tune, you can pick up from others when they're off, right? So when energy is high, though, we have that great vitality or that great health. We just have that peace within us, like I had mentioned before, like comparing it to like that, just that calming feeling. And you just feel that sense of happiness and calm and just feeling right, just feeling at home, right? So Reiki helps restore balance by channeling energy through the practitioner's hands. So if you've ever experienced, and maybe some of you had, if you ever had a Reiki session, the hands are a huge Reiki practitioner's tool in transferring that beautiful, peaceful energy. So the hands are such a huge aspect of Reiki. So, what does a Reiki session feel like? Okay, so that's a great question. So, if you go into a session, everybody experiences different things when they go into a session. It just depends on you and how it makes you feel. Just from my own personal experiences, I've had clients say things like, that they felt tingling. It's like, almost like their body is kind of like almost like a little tiny buzz throughout their body, um, or warmth, twitching of the muscles, and sometimes I will even say that some of my clients have reported right after the session that they didn't feel anything at all. Um, and that's pretty normal too. But when I talk to them later, they'll text me maybe a day or two later, and they will say, Sarah, I cannot believe it. I seriously had the best sleep I have ever had in a really long time. And and that is the effects of Reiki. It allows you to relax. So it just depends on the person. But overall, if we're looking at it, it's, what does it feel like? So it's like a gentle, light touch. Um, of the hands, or you might have a practitioner hover their hands just right above your body. So uh, the client is always fully clothed. You have your clothes on. You don't need to, it's not like a massage um, session. So fully clothed. The practitioner moves through hand positions. So me personally, I start from like, I work the head, from the head all the way down to the feet. And anybody knows, Reiki practitioners, it's kind of like a scan of the body. How is your body doing? Where are areas that may need some more love and attention? So that's how most, I will say, from what I've experienced and learned, that's the common practice. So sessions can usually last from 45 to 90 minutes. It just depends on what the client needs and, the energy flowing. And maybe also too, I think it's very important to allow after the session, for the client to be able to share and reflect on what they felt, how they're feeling afterwards, and maybe some things that they noticed. So giving clients time. And like I said before, a lot of times clients, they might feel like tingling in the body, uh, just a calm feeling, just a calm feeling or deep relaxation. Me personally, when I've had Reiki sessions, I've also felt really light, like almost like and you don't even realize it that you're carrying it really, but like almost like a weight has been lifted off of your chest. That's kind of what it feels. I just feel like I'm just so much lighter. It just feels so good. Some of the benefits of Reiki, and there's many of them. I could go on and on about the benefits of Reiki, but kind of some main ones would be like it promotes relaxation, stress relief, peace of mind, peace in your body, and just overall well-being. Um, it supports your emotional, mental, and physical balance. It restores, it starts to restore a lot of that. And then um, the huge thing, and I will put a kind of a disclaimer out there that, you know, always, 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 Reiki is this is an extra. So it's like you know you're gonna see your medical practitioner, your doctor, your main doctor, as always. Um, that's something you need to do. So you don't want to just use Reiki as your number one for healing. Reiki is a complement, kind of it complements your medical treatment. It's it's um, it's kind of accompanying it. So you want to definitely always consult a doctor, before going to any Reiki session. Um, so I always just put that disclaimer out there that this is not um, a substitute for your regular medical treatment. You always want to continue to see your regular doctor. Okay. Um, but Reiki, it's safe, it's natural, and it's non-invasive. It doesn't hurt you. It's not going to hurt you. So that's awesome. So some of the Reiki ideals, and this is just overall like, so there's different types of Reiki. The Reiki that I am trained in is Yusai Holy Fire. There are other forms of Reiki as well. So that is something that if you're interested in exploring, they have lots and lots of different um, just great resources out there that you can go online and take a look and see if there's anything, if you are interested in something like that, to explore. But the main ideals and guiding principles of Reiki are just for today, do not anger, do not worry, be grateful, be devoted to your work, and be kind to others. And I just think that that's so simple, but yet so true. And that's what I believe for me personally, we all should be striving for. Those are our main things that we should be striving for. Now, the other thing about Reiki is that, like I said, most people feel relaxed, uplifted, and peaceful after a session. And however, there may be, and I will just put this out there that there is times when you might come across it either, like if you are wanting to practice as a practitioner or you are a client yourself, you might run into, uh, clients saying, or yourself, they may have symptoms of like a headache or stomach ache, fatigue, any kind of like flu-like symptoms. Um, in the Reiki world, this is known as kind of like what's called a temporary healing crisis. And this is nothing to be worried about, but if that happens, normally the reason is that it's because there's toxins that have been built up in your body for so long, that doing a Reiki session, it's it's actually like releasing those toxins, and so by releasing those toxins, it's loosening in the body, and it's basically being released out of your body. So what it looks like and what it feels like is, almost like, like for me personally, and I will tell you that I had a Reiki session done, and it was a very intense Reiki session. It was, and what I will continue to talk about on other videos. But the various sacred symbols that were used for me were to help with maybe childhood trauma. Um, and that was something that I had requested and asked for in that session for help with. And, my Reiki practitioner, you always, she asked me if that's something that I would like, if she could help me with that. And I gave her permission to do that. So after the session, I felt great. I felt light, I felt good, like the normal common symptoms afterwards, felt wonderful. The next day, for whatever reason, I felt like I had the flu, like I was very exhausted, and my joints were achy, and, I just felt like I wasn't feeling well. And, I just thought at the time that, I was, like maybe coming down with something, because it was that time of year, when you could get like the flu, or, and at the time I was a teacher, and so, I thought, well, my kids have been sniffling, and so, I took ibuprofen, I took, all those things that, you would normally take if you think you're coming down with something. Didn't work. So I thought, well, maybe this is more energetic, you know, this is energetic, and which means that when you're feeling things energetically, no medicine's going to help you. So I had reached out and I texted my Reiki practitioner and let her know what was going on. And she immediately called me back and told me that, it was more than likely that it was all of those toxins in my body that were loosening and being released out of my body. And she said, Sarah, this is a good thing. This means that it's leaving your body. And I know you don't feel great today, but I'm telling you, the next day you're going to feel so much better, because it's going to be out of your body. So in a nutshell, after all of that discussion, she was right. Like the next day I felt great. So just to keep that in mind, that if, there are really built up toxins over time, if you've carried that, which I have, I've had, like anybody, trauma in my childhood, and I had that in my body for so long that when it was starting to release, that's what I was feeling. But all you need to do, is ride through it, drink lots of water like you would if you're having a massage, um, eat light meals, rest, allow the body to cleanse. It's like you're getting over like a cold, it's your body's way of telling you that it's healing, and that's a good thing. It really is. And it's actually a positive thing, you know, even though it may not feel like it, um, because it's allowing your body to get rid of those toxins once and for all. So it's a good thing. Um, the last thing that I want to touch on is, and this is a huge misconception that I've noticed kind of with just people that I have talked to that I've asked if they knew what Reiki was. That's a misconception and understandable, you know. So Reiki is not a religion. It's not a religion. It's spiritual in nature, but it's not tied to any belief system. So we'll say that, and there's no dogma with it. It works regardless of belief, and it complements any faith that you have or any personal experience. So I always make sure that if I'm explaining it to people that are a little maybe skeptical about, it's hard to say that word, skeptical about Reiki, because of that, I always just let them know up front that it doesn't have anything to do with a belief system. It's more of just energy. So that's kind of how I approach that. Okay, so some of the key takeaways, you know, we talked about today, is just remembering that Reiki is a universal life energy, and for healing and balance. That's the main simple definition of what Reiki does. And it's safe, gentle, and it's available to anyone. Um, so just knowing that personally, like I've described, Reiki has really transformed my own life in so many ways. I can't even describe to you how it has changed my life for the better. It's I'm just so excited to share this with you and to others who are interested. And even if maybe you're not interested, that's okay. You know, everybody's different, and they're what they're interested in. And but I want to put this out there to anyone that is interested in this area of their life and is looking for healing. Okay. Um, so I guess and please comment below. I hope we can be, you know, big people, and when I put this out there, and when to leave comments that are going to be helpful, kind, and positive. Um, I always encourage that. We want to keep that beautiful, positive energy flowing. So any comments that you have, please keep them kind and helpful, I would say. Um, so how many of you have experienced Reiki? And if you would like to comment below, please do. I offer that. I love to hear your story and how it has really changed your life or how it's helped you. So we want to hear more of your story. Okay? And please don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and if you want to donate to my channel, please, I'd love that, and love to hear your stories and your personal experiences with Reiki. So with that, I am just sending all of you so much love and light and peacefulness in your life. And I will continue to post more videos. So please be looking for those out there. And I hope that everybody has a really blessed and beautiful day today. Thank you so much. Have a great day.